Hello and welcome to the Writecome.com podcast, where we help you to make money from your words. Each episode will be sharing tips, tricks, and strategies you can use to make more money from your writing, publishing, and marketing to your fans and audience. Let's get started with your host, Barry J. McDonald.
Hi, this is Barry here, and you are very, very welcome to today's podcast episode from Writecome.com. And today's podcast episode is entitled, Are You Finding It Hard? I think we've all been at that point in our business, whether you are a beginner, whether you are intermediate, or whether you are further along on your journey. You are probably going to have those days where it just doesn't seem to be clicking into place. You're thinking to yourself, it shouldn't be this hard. It should be a lot easier than that. But when you think about it for a moment, nobody really ever said to us it was going to be easy. You know, nobody said to you, well, once you get the domain name, once you get the website set up, well, that's it. People are going to be throwing money at you. Or nobody said to you when you record your very first podcast episode that you would have 1,000 listeners by the end of the day, 10,000 listeners by the end of the week, and 100,000 listeners by the end of the month. Or nobody said to you when you set up that first Facebook group and you put your first couple of posts that it was going to be a long, drawn-out process. You know, nobody said to you that everybody was going to flock from every corner of the world to find your Facebook group and join it and interact with you, and it was going to be an amazing community. Nobody ever said that. But unfortunately, I don't know whether it's because maybe we see a lot of sales letters where people say, oh, you can be using your laptop on the beach, or you just click this button and people just send cash to you. And sometimes, you know, I don't know whether we subconsciously, absorb this, or maybe we just have heard it so many times, or people have been selling that kind of false story that we believe, well, it shouldn't be as hard as this. But when you think about it, you know, if it was easy, everybody would have a six-pack. If it was easy, everybody would be a movie star. If it was easy, you know, we'd all be millionaires, we'd all have mansions, and we would be, all over the covers of the biggest magazines in the world. But we're not, and I think that is because it's not easy. You are going to have your kind of ups and downs. You're going to have your days when you feel you're on top of the world, and you're going to have those days where you just feel that you are the biggest failure in the world and that people should take your keyboard and your business off you because you're not good enough. But it's in those moments we kind of need to lean into that hardness, that, you know, whatever you're going through right now is probably going to stand to you. And as well too, just keep in mind, you know, if it is hard for you, it's going to be hard for everybody else. It's not that you are the only person in the world who is finding it hard maybe to create content regularly on a blog, or you're not the only one who thinks it's hard to create a digital product, or you're not the only one who thinks it's hard to build a Facebook group. We all, you know, if we did give those things a go, we would probably all find our own problems. We'd all find our own kind of hurdles that we would need to get over, and we would all find it hard. And I think that's the reason why, you know, there aren't so many people who have a great online business, or have huge communities, or have huge podcasts, or are movie stars, or anything like that, because it is hard. And maybe just keep that in mind, that nobody ever said it was going to be easy. And when you think about it, you know, if everything was easy, if it was really easy to make money online, if it was really easy to get podcast listeners, if it was really easy to, you know, have a huge Facebook group, would the satisfaction be as good? You know, if everything was handed to you on a silver plate, would you be happy receiving it? Or is there a kind of a part of us that likes, you know, it being a little bit hard, that we have to work harder, that we have to, you know, lean into it, that we have to kind of put all our kind of strength and all our whatever we have into it. So, you know, when we actually get over that hurdle, it's more satisfying when you can look back and you say, you know something, I had to get over through all these hurdles before I got this business where it is. Or I had to, you know, go for long periods where nobody was listening to my podcast, or nobody was joining my Facebook group. I had to go through long periods of time where nobody cared about me at all. And now that I am here, I can look back and I can say that journey, frustrating, you know, depressing, or whatever that it was, I can look back and I can say, I'm really glad I went through that, because I can savor this moment far more, because it means so much more to me, because I had to fight to it. I had to get through those impossible moments to get to where I am right now. So keep that in mind right now if you are going through a tough time. Nobody ever said it was going to be easy. And as well too, you're not the only one that's finding it hard. I'm sure there are other people who are probably in the same industry as you are probably dropping off right now because it is hard. But if you think about it, if they are actually finding it hard and if they are dropping out, well, then that means there's going to be less people that you are going to have to compete with in the future. There's going to be less people at the finish line. And again, too, when you look back on your journey, you're probably going to look back and you're going to be more satisfied that it was hard, that everything wasn't given to you on a silver platter and that you had to work, and that it'll probably stand to you in the future. It's going to build your character. You're probably going to have to develop some strength, some skills or whatever to get through the point that you are right now. So keep that in mind. Nobody said it was going to be easy. As always, if you'd like to find out more about Writecom, if you want to head over to writecom.com, that's WRITECOME.com. And if you go by the homepage right now, we have a great blueprint on the homepage, which is going to show you how to become an online celebrity. So if you want to become an online celebrity, head over to the homepage, put your details in the opt-in page, and I will send the blueprint straight on to you. So as always, have a lovely day. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us today. If you'd like more from the Writecom.com podcast, be sure to subscribe now for more tips, tricks, and ideas you can use to make more money from your words. See you in the next episode.